Good morning, Madam Chair. Sa ating colleagues, kay Senator Bato, Senator Bongo, Mista, magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. Well, syempre po, nalulungkot po ako na para tayong pumunta ng birthday party, walang dumating na bisita. But unlike a party, you can celebrate naman with your closest friends, family. Pero dito po sa hearing, I think we can still be productive, but ayoko naman, Madam Chair, na pagalitan yung present dahil maraming absent. So may I take the opportunity to thank very much Attorney Alexis Medina.
At ngayon, tawagan naman natin si
Attorney
Senator Bongo.
Santiago, Attorney Bernal. Alam namin na pag ganito kabigat yung issue ay may consequences din yung pagsasalita, may consequences yung pag-a-appear. But Madam Chair, I was, I think, more than kind last hearing in terms of not pressing my questions kapag sinabi nilang sub judice. But just to clarify, well settled na yan, whether sa jurisprudence or sa history ng Senate, na mere filing of a case or mere pendency of the case does not stop the hearing, nor is it a reason for them not to discuss. In fact, pagka yung executive department, matetest pa ngayon consistency na kung sasabihin nila dito at sasabihin nila dun sa korte ay pareho. Yung sub judice rule kasi, and correct me later on, Attorney Medina, kung mali, it's really more of to protect the integrity of the court and the fairness para hindi dinidiscuss yung case, para hindi sila ma-pressure. Yung sub judice rule is not meant para yung kung may inconsistency sa ibang bodies, sa SEC, quasi-judicial bodies, or dito sa Congress or sa Senate. Kasi kung yun po ang kaso, di lahat ng ginagawa ng mga COM ngayon, ng mga TRICOM, QUADCOM, ang kailangan lang gawin ng witnesses nila ay mag-file ng kaso against themselves. Tigil na yung hearing, no? Number two, there are many points regarding other guests, for example, General Torre, no? He's not covered by executive privilege unless the president talked to him directly. Ang executive privilege, pagkaalam ko, kasi kasama po ako doon, ako po nag-chair nung investigation sa ZTE nung na-discuss po tong mga issues na to at na-bring up for the first time in, at least in a recent history, yung executive privilege. Ang purpose ng executive privilege, pareho din ng purpose nung privilege na binibigay, for example, sa journalist, that hindi nila kailangan sabihin kung sino ang kanilang source, or kaya mag-asawa, or yung doktor at pasyente.
Magandang umaga po, Madam Chair.
Ang purpose kasi nun, the client and the lawyer can freely discuss. Ganun din, ang doktor at saka pasyente can freely discuss kasi they will not be compelled to testify against his client, against doctor. Pero lahat yan meron ding isa pong exception. No? For example, sa doctor, if iaminin sa kanya that a crime is about to happen sa United States, then they are required to say that. So ganun din po dito sa executive privilege. Malinaw sa Supreme Court ruling, you cannot use executive privilege if ang pinag-uusapan may crime ba o wala, or if it's to cover up a crime. At this point, we're not saying there is a crime to cover up, but I will bring up that point right now. So ma'am, of course, under your leadership, and syempre may emotions naman talaga si Senator Bongo last time, kayo po. Ako, try ko lang pigilan. Talagang bantay na bantay ako ng asawa ko na huwag uminit ulo last hearing, no? Kausap ko rin ng Senate President na let's check the facts, apply the issues, wag mo nang banat ng banat kasi nga baka hindi natin nakita yung buong video. So having said that, I think lahat naman na himasmasan, lahat naman po tayo ay nakapag-reflect. So I was reflecting on, and ma'am, pwede ba after this just to show a short video ni General Torre? Kasi ito mga Republic Act number 7438, an act defining certain rights of a person arrested, detained, or under custodial investigation, as well as the duties of the arresting, detaining, and investigating officers and providing penalties for the violation thereof. May I also, akin to court na pagkawala po o hindi pinayagan yung ebidensyang i-offer, dito i-proffer. No? So wala sila, pero hindi ibig sabihin hindi ko pwedeng ilagay sa record yung tanong at baka sa media nila sagutin, baka dito later on. Ang linaw po kasi dito, nakalagay po dito.
Okay lang kay Senator Cayetano kasi may chronological
Okay,
presentation.
one line lang.
At saka si Senator Bato gustong pag-usapan din yung arrest.
Sige ma'am. I'll leave just this one line lang para lang hindi mabitin yung train of thought, no. Nakalagay kasi dito, any person arrested or detained under custodial investigation shall be allowed visits by conferences or any member of his immediate family or any medical doctor or priest or religious minister chosen by him or by any member of his immediate family or by his counsel. Okay, hindi ko nahabaan kasi nga ma'am, I'll follow your advice. Ma'am, may penalty po to. Ang penalty nito, any person who obstructs, prevents, or prohibits any lawyer, any member of the immediate family or person arrested, detained, or under custodial investigation, or any medical doctor or priest or minister by his counsel from visiting and conferring privately chosen by him or by any member's immediate family with him, or from examining and treating him. Ma'am, by his choice at any time, I'll go back to the title at saka dun sa nakalagay. Nakalagay dito, hindi lang custodial investigation basta arrest or detain. So he was arrested and detained. So even if magdebate tayo na custodial investigation ba yun o hindi, no? So ma'am, ang ano po dito, ang penalty is imprisonment of not less than 4 years nor more than 6 years and a fine of 4,000 pesos. So ang question ko, meron na bang report dito sa arrest at kinasuhan ba si General Torre? Last question,
of
ma'am.
Interior and Local Government.
Tuwing magpapa-aresto lately, parang ang pinaka-effective si General Torre, di ba? So nung pina-aresto si Pastor Kibuloy, grabe yung mga nangyari at ginawa, di ba? Nung pina-aresto po si President Duterte, yun naman pinag-uusapan natin, nakita naman natin. Nung nag-hearing po ako tungkol sa tulay sa Isabela na gumiba, hindi po nag-a-attend si Secretary Bonoan. Sinabi ko lang, kailangan ko pa bang i-designate si General Torre para kunin si Secretary? The next time, nag-attend na siya. So ito, tanong ko ma'am, pag nag-issue tayo ng subpoena at hindi siya mag-attend at kinontempt natin, pwede bang ang utusang kong hulihin si General Torre ay si General Torre? Kasi effective, no? Dinadaan ko lang sa biro, but I think of all his interviews and sa nangyari, this is my last point, ma'am. I'll submit to all my other colleagues. This is my point lang, ma'am. Nanunood kasi yung buong PNP. Nanunood yung mga teachers ng constitutional law, mga estudyante. Nanunood ang mga estudyante ng criminology. And di ba sabi nga nila, yung bata, hindi mo pwedeng turuan sa salita. Natututo yung bata sa gawa. So ganun din sa gobyerno natin. Pag sinabi nung mayor, no corruption, pero corrupt siya, ang dating sa mga department head, pwede mag-corrupt. Di ba? Pag sinabi ng COMELEC officer sa isang probinsya, no cheating, pero pinayagan niya yung cheating or vote buying, ang papakinggan ng tao, hindi yung salita, yung gawa So kung mali yung pagka-aresto, nangangamba ako na especially sa lugar na walang internet, walang cellphone, baka ito yung masunod humihingi sila ng counsel nila or doktor tapos hindi pagbibigyan, no? And then the last point doon, ma'am, is that bakit kapag ka lower rank, meron pong isang vlogger, di ba, na PNP na nagsorry na kaya parang okay pero hinuli tapos kakasuhan. I understand that at magandang rule yon na pagka ikaw ay sundalo o pulis ay hindi ka basta pwedeng hindi ka pwedeng partisan, di ba? Pangalawa, kailangan bantayan mo sinasabi mo. But I'll give you 2 examples, ma'am. Bakit po si General Torre, kung ano-ano sinasabi sa kung ano-anong interview, hindi naman napapagalitan? So ang dating po sa lower rank, bawal partisan kung kalaban. Kung kakampi yung sinabi mo, pwede. I'll go to a non-partisan issue. And I respect this person very much. I think he's one of the best chief of staff, personal friend, etc. Kaya lang, as a former secretary of the DFA, I have to mention this, no? When the AFP chief of staff said, prepare kasi madadamay tayo kapag ka-invade yung Taiwan, tayo po ay may one China policy. Ano po ang magiging reaction natin nung sa Marawi siege kung sinabi ng China, prepare kasi pag sinugod nila yung Marawi kapag nilabanan nila yung secession sa Mindanao, mai-involve tayo. Magre-react din yung foreign affairs natin, hindi ba? Kasi nga may one China policy tayo. Don't get me wrong, ha? Ayaw natin ng gulo sa Taiwan. Nakikisimpet tayo sa democracy ng Taiwan. We want them to coexist with mainland China. But having said that, we have to be sensitive. So the right person to speak is either the DFA or the presidential spokesperson, hindi po sundalo or police, no? So I'll stop there, ma'am. Pero sana nga consistent tayo para hindi nalilito yung mga kawani ng gobyerno kung ano talaga ang tama at ano yung mali. Thank you, Madam Chair.